So hey there guys, welcome back to the channel one more time. I am Dipayan and today I'm going to do a particular task in this motorcycle, the CB350, as requested by one of my subscribers. So that is, I'm going to replace the brake oil of the rear brake of this motorcycle. Okay, I already have a video on my channel showing how to bleed and how to replace the brake fluid of the front brake. It's a similar process, but still since one of the subscriber requested me to show the procedure for the rear brake as well, so today I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do that. Okay, so what exactly we need to do, let me give you a brief explanation. So first I'm going to drain all the oils from this tub into a mug, and then I'm going to add oil over here, fresh oil, and then I'm going to bleed it from the system through this bleeding valve. Okay, so all the oil which is there in all these hoses and everywhere is going to go out of the system, replacing the new oil. As a matter of fact, I had replaced the brake pads today itself. Okay, so it is advisable, just a minute. Yeah, I think you can see it now, right? So the brake pads are absolutely new, so it's advisable to do this particular task, the replacement of the brake fluid, when fresh brake pads are installed. Okay, so that the pistons are completely inside, and then the level of the oil could be measured properly. So yep, let's not waste any more time and start the procedure. So first I'm going to unscrew this. So undoing these Phillips head bolts which are on top could be a bit of a task, okay, because they sometimes get jammed inside. So take your time, don't screw it up, and undo them first, and then take off this particular 10mm or 8mm bolt. Okay, so yep, let's start the procedure. So I've already loosened these two Phillips heads. It was a little bit jam in my case as well. So this is a 8mm, okay, an 8mm bolt. Let me just loosen that one. Yeah, that's loose now. Let's take this one off, and let's take it out of this cover. Actually, with time, these bolts corrode, inside. So it's a good practice. If you can get hold of a new bolt, you should definitely change it. As you could see, the condition of this bolt is extremely bad. I am going to reuse them since I don't have a new one, but it's advisable to replace them. It's very difficult to source them, but if you could source them, make sure to replace them. Shouldn't be should be a very inexpensive product. Take some cloth and clean it a little bit. So once you're done cleaning, just place it over here with the bolt so that it stays over here in a vertical position. Okay, so I'm using this one, the Waxpol Dot 4, a sealed container. Always use a brake fluid from a sealed container. Once they are open, once the seal is broken, you cannot use them for a very long period. So this is ready, this part of the work is ready. Now let's go to the rear of the motorcycle and start the bleeding procedure. So this is the bleeding valve. Okay, so let's just take out the cap, and this is my bleeding DIY thing, so that the brake oil doesn't spill outside. Just a PET bottle. I had made 2 holes on top, and this pipe is available very easily on any hardware shops. So let me this is an 8mm, so you need a 8mm ring wrench for this work. So place the 8mm ring wrench in the wrench, in the spanner, in the nut, bleeder valve, and we need to insert this pipe in the valve, secure it properly, and keep the bottle on the ground. Okay, so now we need to crack open the valve. Okay, turn it anti-clockwise just a little bit, and we need to pump the brake completely, I mean press it completely, so that oil is coming out in this pipe, and then tighten the valve, and then watch my foot, release the brake lever, and repeat the task, which is follow my left hand, release the valve, press the lever, lock the valve, release the lever. Again, release the valve, press the lever, lock the valve, release the brake pedal. Now what this does, this continuously pumps the new oil, which I had just poured it into the reservoir, from the hoses through this valve out of the system, replacing the new oil which is there in the reservoir. And when you repeatedly do this task, keep an eye on the oil level which is there in the reservoir. As it goes down, you got to top up more oil. So again, release the valve, press the lever, close the valve, and release the lever. You would find the oil level has already gone a little bit down. Okay, I had filled it till the upper limit. Now it has gone just above the lower level. So I would add some more oil over here. Okay, and then continue with the procedure. Again, open the valve, press the brake pedal, close the valve, release the brake pedal, open the valve, press the brake pedal, close the valve, release the brake pedal. So let me just continue doing this for a couple of times. And while you do so, you obviously have to check the oil level in the container and top it up when it goes below the lower level, or just at the lower level. So this is basically the third or the fourth time that I'm adding oil. So basically this is the third or the fourth tub of oil that it is getting inside the system. That means around 3 to 4 tubs has been emptied out of the system. Old oil. And while you do this procedure, if there is any air bubbles which is inside the system, is also going to come out, and you will see the air bubbles in the hose pipe. Now it's the 7th tub that I'm adding oil, and I will just check the upper level so that it's in the upper level. So around 6 tubs of oil has gone out, the old oil, replacing the new ones which I just added over here. So now I could assume that all of the hoses and the caliper and everywhere, new oil is running. Okay, it's not about assumption, it's about logic. So the old oil definitely went out of the system, replacing the new oil. And so now it's time to bolt everything back to its position. But just a small thing over here, that the exact procedure which I just showed you, okay, which is opening the valve, pressing the lever, keeping it pressed, closing the valve, releasing the lever. if you accidentally, you know, mess up with this procedure, then you're going to definitely introduce air inside the system of the brake, the brake system. Okay, now if that is the case, then the task increases. Okay, then you won't now see everything is closed and there is pressure in the system, the lever won't go down. Okay, so if air is introduced into the system, then this lever is going to go down completely, even if the valve is closed. Now if that is the scenario, then you got to bleed the brakes, pump it as many number of times it requires to, you know, build up pressure, and in between you have to close the valve and open the valve and close the valve. So that's a different procedure altogether. So you should be careful in the very first place so that you do not introduce air into the system. Okay, so today I am focusing on replacing the brake fluid, so that's all I'm going to show. And now it's time to tighten up things and finish the job, right? So now very carefully I'm going to take out this hose and give this bleeder valve one final tight, right? And I have a brake cleaner handy, so if you don't have this, just clean this surface with some water. Because some amount of brake oil has spilled over here, which is part of the job. It will. And put back the, rubber cap for the valve into its position. So this one is done. Let's now concentrate on the front part. So now we got to put things back over here. So now we have this cap. After giving it a brief cleaning, put it back. Okay. Undo this 8 mm bolt. Clean it one final time. And tighten it. Don't over tighten it since it's made of fiber. So yes guys, that completes the brake oil replacement for the rear brake of the Highness. And as you could see, pressure is there now. Pressure has built up properly, no issues. The brake oil has been replaced with new brake pads. So yep, again, that statutory warning: don't try to do this by yourself at home if you're not sound with these things. Take it to a professional, good mechanic, either authorized or local mechanic, not a big deal, who does all these jobs properly, and shouldn't be more than 100 or 150 rupees to have this particular job done. Don't take the risk of doing it by yourself, because if you do it wrong, it could end up hazardous on road. Okay, so just for sharing the information, I recorded this video. Take it as a knowledge, take it as an information, and if you want to do this, if you want this particular task to be done in your motorcycle, take it to a good mechanic and have it done. Okay, and as a thumb rule, you should replace your motorcycle brake fluid every 2 years, or after every 15 to 20,000 kilometers. And in between, you should always keep on checking the brake fluid level, whether it is going below the lower level. Okay, and as the brake pads wear, the level is definitely going to come down, but never below the lower level. Okay, so that's it guys, and that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please do hit the like button and share it with your friends and family, and do hit the subscribe button if you're absolutely new to this channel. And please do take good care of yourself guys. It's too hot over here in Kolkata, so stay hydrated, stay safe, ride safe. Have a great day ahead guys. Bye bye.